So a couple days ago on Reddit, I requested a puppet tutorial because it looked pretty sweet, and I hate server admin stuff because I'm not any good at it. I was pleasantly surprised by the next day that a screencast was put up that showed you how to get Symfony up and running. So I'm going to show you how to get Laravel up and running, and also in phpstorm and SQL Pro. So yeah, well, let's get started. So I went to puphpet.com. I picked Ubuntu for the OS, Ubuntu Precise, because I saw that in another tutorial. I don't know the difference between the flavors. And I'm going to call this Laravel VM tut. That doesn't matter. And I'm going to change the box IP to something I can remember. All 10s. Leave the box memory, host port, and box port alone. And then this section confused me, but I found out that this is where references where it is on your local machine, and then this references it's in the context of of your VM shell. So yeah, you can just leave those alone. Leave that alone, and I'm using Apache, and then I want to call this Laravel VM tut.com. Let's just leave it Laravel VM tut. No server aliases, and then since Laravel uses a public directory, that's what I want the document root to be. And then I'm going to use app inv dev in Laravel to determine my environment, and I think that'll be useful too. So I'm going to stick with 5.4. I want to install Composer, and then I want to install APC, just because I've never worked with it and I have no experience with any kind of caching, so I figure why not. I don't want pair. I want xdebug. I want to hook that up with phpstorm eventually. Haven't got around to actually doing that, but I want the option. And then you need to define a root password. I'm going to leave it as root. And then create a user. And I'm going to say the database name is appdb. Keep it at localhost, no file, and create my manifest. And that's going to download a zip file. So let's go to that. Oh, I should also mention what I have already installed. So I'm using Vagrant version 1.3.1. I spent half a day with 1.3.0 trying to get Puppet working, and apparently they're not compatible. So make sure you upgrade Vagrant. And then I'm using VirtualBox, the latest VirtualBox. It's 4.2.18. And then I already have Composer installed on my local machine, but I'm also going to install it in the VM and use it there. So yeah, so let's extract this, and let's rename it Laravel VM tut. This doesn't matter. I'm going to copy this to my VMs directory, which can be located anywhere on your machine. And then I'm going to remove this. Yeah. Use Sublime to do some text editing. So let's put this in there. And then I saw this is where somebody created a Vagrant directory inside here to keep all the Vagrant stuff. Thought that was a good idea, so I'm going to copy files, manifests, and modules into that. you have to leave the Vagrant file in the root out here. And so now that I've done that, I have to go update the Vagrant file to point to the right directories. Save that. Open up terminal or iTerm, whatever you have. I like iTerm because I can have multiple tabs open. And then let's cd into that directory that we just created and issue a vagrant up command. And this always takes a long time to get to download the OS image and then provision your VM. So yeah, waiting time. Okay. Now that we got our VM up and running, let's check it in the browser. So let's go to 10.2.10.10.10 and it works. So this will conclude the first part because these videos are going to get kind of long. So yeah, tune in to part 2.